Yeah, so if you're at that level to where you asking God, Jesus Christ for things in your personal life, then you must worship someone. I mean, you must. You have to. You already enslaved yourself. You can't enter engineer. You can't go ahead and bodyguard even the spirits and things like that. You cannot liberate them. You cannot give them money you can't buy. You've done a lot of things in your life where you just keep inquiring. So you must worship. For you to get to the next level to where you could self-correct. You don't need to rely on nobody, no outside source to summon what you need to create for yourself from all engineered from within. You know what I mean? So go ahead and continue to worship, continue to ask, because even when I was worshiping God or Jesus Christ, I still wasn't asking stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, this is not part of me. You know what I mean? I'm a divine person. God's kingdom's within, already planted inside. There's already a moral code that I already done respected. I violated at times, but then again, I was always maximize that inner voice, because guess what? I was always honest with myself. I was always content. I didn't sell my soul out for material things and idolize, women or people or desires and asking God, oh, can you give me help? Can you give me this? Nah, I demanded and summoned it all on my own. You know what I mean? So if you're at that level, ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you tune in and reach the point to where nothing from outside is required to manifest anything you want to create, whether it's from within, healing yourself, or waking up your conscious, opening the Fatmata, the awareness. It starts with the foundation of what? Being honest with yourself. I mean, completely honest with yourself, like selfless type of honesty. Some people are tied into the system where they want to be prostituted and pimped by the word. They want to look at the pastor, the priest, or the man, or the woman, or any type of image that's described in the Bible. They already went ahead and turned Jesus to a Greek person. They didn't even use his real name. They can't convert back to his real Hebrew or Aramaic name. They just want to keep it Jesus. That's crazy. I'm already past beyond all that thinking. That's for the people that want to go to war, go to work and say, hey, I'm the person of Christ, or you work for the war machine. You know what I mean? You say, hey, I want to build this church, but you're collecting blood money still. So you just don't get it. So that's why I understand why people worship. People enslave themselves for these excuses. But if you're not at that level, I need to engineer everything within. You don't need to worship nobody, because the kingdom's already within yourself. You know what I mean? God's already here. You're looking outside for sources, but that's okay. Start at the level you need to begin and roll from there. Because I was never at that level. You know what I mean? Even in catechism and First Holy Communion, I was like 7 Our Fathers and 12 Hail Marys. After I did the first one, I was like, this is phony. You know what I mean? This is not even like me talking to that dude was weird in a way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was kind of emotional. Hey, is there anything else you said? I confessed and I told him the truth. But that's weird in a way, you know what I mean? So I'm not interested in that, you know what I mean? And, so when you really look at the teachers that's not political in terms of trying to enslave you, control you, and prostitute and pimp you by using the word, and obviously they're all pimped out. Look at them, look at how they're all dressed. So you making money off of stuff? I mean, that's crazy. So the only reason why, they don't want you to have liberation in terms of with you tuning in with the engineering that's all within inside, because they can't put a meter on it and charge you. When you go ahead and do all this self-correct and you deal with your conscious and your subconscious, and you tune into yourself when you're one with nature, one with yourself, one with the people, you can manifest whatever you want. That's what the kingdom is really about. It's not about going and, they want you to die to go to heaven, but at the same time, how come they ain't leaving if it's so good? How come you ain't killing yourself and going? How come you ain't, at the same time, you don't need to kill yourself? I'm saying, how come they're not seeking it the way they're preaching it? They want you to die to go to heaven, not them. You know what I mean? So, for them to create ancient Kemetic spiritually science to where they built the pyramids, things like that, was because of selfless unity. You know what I mean? Developing the system within to magnify the frequency, because on the first sentence of the Bible is the Word. Why the word? Why secrecy? Because what's within needs to come out. You know what I mean? And for it to nourish and be in union with the elements outside. Therefore, when you breathe and eat, you develop a whole entire system of exchange, all automatic. Now, you can do everything in your life that way. If you need to remove the toxins out of yourself, you need cancer situations, don't go pharmaceutical, don't go, eating all this junk food. You need to fast and let the body eat itself, and it'll kill all the cancers. You gotta go through it, but you're not willing to trust yourself. Therefore, you're looking at this dude, ended up papacy or some kind of pastor situation, and you're donating the money to something that they're not even interested in trying to resolve. Didn't they say God's, favor was the children? The Christian church got $1 trillion. The Catholic church got $1 trillion. It would take 15 billion a year for 15 years to end global trafficking. Forever. On the earth. So you mean to tell me they don't want to get rid of human trafficking, but they got $1 trillion that won't even hurt them? Think about it. 15 times 10, 150 billion. That's not, you know how much $1 trillion is? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't losing nothing. And they have a workforce, a dedicated followers up in the hundreds of millions. It only takes 1.5 million people to go ahead and solve this, professional people, but they could do it just material-wise with the resources they have. They can combine their efforts and solve global trafficking for life. I'm saying human trafficking, but it's not part of the system. They want to enslave the world and impress the world by using scripture and using teachings. So you got to dig deep into the word in terms of why is it slanted towards some politics? Why is it leaning toward this way? How come they're ignoring the children? Why do they keep saying the world is falling? The flesh is so weak. That's all false to make excuses so you can be comfortable. So you be comfortable what? To be numb. You know what I mean? Numb and dumb. And just keep following them blindly. It says test all the spirits. Is anyone testing the spirits? No, because they're not even testing themselves. So, you got to look at it from all these different avenues and perspectives. At one point I was worshiping God and worshiping Jesus Christ, but now no more. That's a foreign ideology of politics. The kingdom's within. You could do everything you do without any outside sources. You could do it all from within, because the divinity is inside all of us. But if you numb it, you're persecuting yourself and enslaving yourself. That's why you're creating all these negative things in your life. You have to self-correct at a deep spiritual oneness manner. Everyone wants the Benz, everyone wants the 4-bedroom house, everyone wants this and that. They have no problem accomplishing those things because they're selling their soul to get it. They're lying, deceiving themselves to get it. What about the inner body, the temple within? You can accomplish all those things without the minimum effort and gravitate millions toward yourself as long as you're doing it for a selfless direction. I mean, for you. But your body will be in a perfect unison with what you're doing. Therefore, the world will not deny you. The material things will not deny you. The God that's within you won't deny you. The awareness, the spiritual awakening won't deny you. But if you go ahead and start making excuses and justifying yourself, whatever goal you're trying to accomplish with Christianity or Catholicism or some kind of form of Muslim, it's not going to happen. Why it's not going to happen? Because you're already disowning yourself from the source that's within. You're trying to read the Bible and go ahead and follow these things. Follow it then. Validate your life through it. But if you're not, you're just a hypocrite. Which means what? You're doing it for show. You ain't fooling nobody. So really, I'm going to go ahead and build a church to receive all kinds of people? No, I'm going to build a divine situation to where I'm still going to establish the Chambers of Heart Foundation, but it's not going to be a church that's under God or Jesus Christ or none of the politics that's involved. It's going to be a type of situation where you inner engineer yourself with your conscious, subconscious, you heal yourself. It's a lot of selfless teachings from all around the world, because trust me, Jesus is saying nothing unique. Nothing at all. They borrowed everything from ancient Kemenetics. Almost word for word. And it's inscribed on the walls. That's why they don't have a church with their expenses and their donations and contributions all on the wall for anyone to see. It's all hidden because Just like they turned the guy into a Greek person and they turned the guy and switched his name up and stuff like that, they ain't never going back. Why? Because they got everybody enslaved. They went from this, we're going to go ahead and get you with the animals at first. After you get played out with that, we're going to find an infinite source, which is what? Pimping your personality, pimping your shame, your sinful ideas. The door will be open to it like, hey, you guys are all slaves, go ahead and leave. And no one want to leave. Why? Because misery loves company. Big little hogging that death out by Mona for life. It was popping.